got Kelly Jane Torrance with us right now, elections editor over at the New York Post. Mark Penn, of course, a Democratic pollster, former Clinton advisor. Both things brilliant at politics. Mark, ended with you. Now get your take. This started with, overture on the part of Joe Biden. Now the response. Who benefits early on?
Well, as you know, when you're behind, you want debates.
Right.
When you're ahead, generally you don't. Trump previously said he was open anywhere, anytime. And obviously the Biden campaign was facing some really tough polls, a kind of drought during the summer here of what are you really going to show. I think this is one of their best moves to date, challenging the debates, coming out strong and defiant. It's a good move for the campaign.
Kelly Jane, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Mark. These polls must be pretty scary. But what I think is interesting is, agreeing to one this early. And my first thought was, well, if Biden is terrible, people will have forgotten about that by November. But at the same time, the campaign said they were interested in having early debates because they wanted to have them before early voting starts. Now, Republicans, of course, used to be against early voting and, campaigned against it. It's wanted to have all votes on Election Day. Well, Republicans started to realize they're not going to win that one. And so they are pushing now their people, even the RNC is pushing Republicans to get out there and make sure they vote early.
This early?
You cannot vote this early.
Right. So what benefit does that have?
Well, the Presidential Commission, the nonpartisan one, they wanted to have some debates.
They're left out of this whole thing.
Well, they are, and it's hilarious, I think, because they had a reporter call last night with no labels involved, which is, kind of a nobody outfit at this point.
What do you make of that? The commission will have to sit back on this one.
Oh, I think that the Biden camp was worried that Kennedy would be in a commission debate. That if he met the criteria for the debate, there would be other candidates in the debate. And the Biden campaign needed something now. They didn't want to have the commission possibly putting Kennedy in the debate. And I think they short-circuit all those things. I guess this is a debate before the conventions, right? So this is before they're actually the nominees. That's historically unprecedented, I think.
You mentioned RFK, and the commission was looking at including him possibly. But who does he hurt more? If the Biden folks wanted to bypass them, they were the first to formally say, we're going to go past you guys and do something on our own, then they must sense that he is more damaging to them than he is to Donald Trump. Is that accurate?
Look, I think both camps see him as a bit of a wild card.
Right.
He's got a lot of kind of issue positions that young people and environmentally sensitive people would really want. On the other hand, he's been out there on conservative publications. He's anti-government. He actually, in the polls so far, has taken almost equally from both.
Is that right?
But I think that both campaigns wonder if he gets another 5 points, maybe it's going to come from me instead of the other one. And so they just don't want him in the picture.
Kelly, I wonder what our expectations are. We know both of these guys pretty well. We almost can pre-script how both will act and comport themselves in a debate. If you really like Donald Trump, you're going to love everything he does. If you're really for the president, you're going to really like everything he does. So it comes back to these independents or those who haven't made up their mind yet, alarming as that may seem to some. But I'm just, what do you make of that? And because of that, we know these guys inside and out.
Yeah, I agree, Neil. But what's interesting is you look at what some of the conditions the Biden team wants to put on these debates. So they said, first of all, no live audience. That makes things a little less fun, I think, and it takes away a bit of spontaneity because, of course, you have people in the crowd for both sides and will make noise. And the other thing the campaign wants is for the mics to be cut at the time that ends for that person. So you're not going to have people interrupting each other. And of course, that can get crazy.
Clearly targeted at Donald Trump.
Yeah, and yes, clearly.
Right.
And, it can be annoying when they're trying to talk over each other, but at the same time, that's good television.
What do you think?
I'm a fan of more studious debates where people follow the rules. So I thought the microphone thing was pretty good. And if you go back to debates originally, I don't really like an audience there that you play to the audience. So I personally, is it better politics? Obviously, I think the Biden camp is a little bit more worried about what an audience can do. The Trump is really a stump speaker more than a debater. And so that takes a little bit of advantage.
Are there any rules on movement? What was the debate with Hillary Clinton where Trump was moving around on sort of like the shark in Jaws.
I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything in the rules on movement, but the Biden camp might want to think about that.
Yeah,
given past
we
debates.
forgot the movement. Guys, thank you both very much. Again, those debates are on. There will be only 2 as it stands right now.